All right. Welcome to class, everyone. Welcome to class, everyone. Welcome to class. Welcome to class. I hope you can all hear me. This is Learning Based Academy. Yes, I believe everyone has been waiting. You are welcome to class. Hope your day went well. So let's take our self affirmation. But before I do that, if you can hear me, please type 1000 in the chat. If you can hear me, type 1000 in the chat, everyone. If you can hear me, type 1000 in the chat. If you can hear me, type 1000 in the chat. If you can hear me, type 1000 in the chat. Everybody, type 1000 in the chat. Let me see your 1000 roll in quickly. Let's see your 1000 roll in if you can hear me. Let me see your 1000 roll in if you can hear me. Amazing, amazing. Always type your name beside your response. Is that clear? Always type your name beside your response. Always type your name beside your response. Always type your response. Always type your response when always type your name in the chat. Always type your name in the chat when you're responding. All right. Okay. Others need to come to class. We need other students to come to class. So let us notify them. All right. So while we wait for others to join us, type the answer to this question in the chat. Type the answer to this question in the chat. Are we ready? It's mental mathematics. What is 52 times 11? Drop your answer in the chat in less than 10 seconds. What is 52 times 11? What is 52 times 11? What is 52 times 11? All right, my next question goes, what is 61 times 11? What is 61 times 11? What is 61 times 11? Amazing. I believe that those answering the questions quickly are students of Learning Based Academy's regular class. Let me see your answer in the chat. Let me see your answer in the chat. Let me see your answer in the chat. What is 43 times 11? What is 43 times 11? What is 43 times 11? All right, everyone. So while we wait for others to come to class, we will have to start class. All right, so let's start with our self affirmation. Every day and in every way, we are getting better and better, wiser and wiser, smarter and smarter, stronger and stronger, greater and greater, richer and richer, healthier and healthier. We are rich in knowledge. We are the best. Every day and in every way, we are getting better. This term, we are passing our examination. We have retentive memory. We are outstanding. We become more intelligent. All right, so today is Monday, 7th July, 2025. So let's start with some simple revision questions. We're starting with some simple revision questions. In our days, there shouldn't be full stop. Simple math questions to tackle the foundational mathematics. Number one, simplify 2 over 5 plus 1 over 3. Yes, you can see that it is very simple. This is to tackle our foundational mathematics. All right, so pay attention, everyone. Simplify 2 over 5 plus 1 over 3. Now, when you have different denominators, when you are meant to add fractions, you have to find the LCM of the denominators. Now, in a fraction, the number below is called the denominator, all right? And the number above is called the numerator. I hope that is clear. So when you have different denominators, 5 and 3 are not the same denominators. What you need to do is to find the LCM. So the lowest common multiple of 5 and 3. If you use the division method to find the LCM, we have 5, we have 3 right here, and we need to divide. Okay, but I said something in one of our classes. I said that anytime you have prime numbers as the denominators, or you want to find the LCM of 2 or more prime numbers, simply multiply the prime numbers by each other. So 5 times 3 is 15. That gives us our LCM. You can only multiply if you are given prime numbers as the denominators. So now we rule our lines. We rule the line for LCM, write down 15. Then look at the first fraction. The first fraction is 2 over 5. We are going to multiply 2 over 5 by the LCM. In your rough paper or in your rough book or below this, pick 2 over 5, the first fraction, multiply it by the LCM. The LCM given to us here is 15. So you multiply 2 over 5 by 15. 5 into 5 is 1 and 5 into 15 is 3. 2 times 3 is 6. Simply write 6 above here on the line. Plus, the second fraction is 1 over 3. Multiply 1 over 3 by the LCM. 3 goes into 3, that's 1. 3 goes into 15, that will give us 5. 1 times 5 is 5. Write 5 above. So 6 plus 5 is equal to 11. So our answer will be 11 over 15. Can anything divide 11 and 15? No, nothing can divide 11 and 15. So 11 over 15 is the lowest term. 11 over 15 is in the lowest term. All right? 11 over 15 is in the lowest term. Okay, somebody is suggesting something. All right, now let's move on to the next question. Number 2. Find the missing number. Find the missing number in, nothing is right here. We have 24 lower. Then we have 1 over 6. So anytime you're being given something like this, represent that box with a letter. Let that box be a letter, like the letter Y. So we can say Y over 24 is equal to 1 over 6. So when you have fraction on the left and fraction on the right, all you need to do is to cross multiply. Everybody type cross multiply in the chat. Everybody type cross multiply. Thank you, Israel Imwefe. Thank you. Yes, cross multiply. Everybody type cross multiply in the chat. Type cross multiply in the chat if you haven't done that. All right, amazing, amazing. Awesome, awesome. Now let's cross multiply this way. Look at my screen and see how to cross multiply, which means y will be multiplied by 6. 6 times y is 6y equals 1 times 24 is 24. Now we need to make y stand alone because we need to find the value of y. We need to make y stand alone. So for us to make y stand alone, because 6 is being multiplied by y, we're going to do the opposite of what 6 is doing on the left side. The opposite of multiplication is division. So we say divide both sides by 6. Divide both sides by 6. So that would be 6y over 6 equals 24 over 6. 6 cancels 6, we have 1. Then 6 goes into 24, that is 4. So the value of y is equal to 4. It means that box over 24 equals 1 over 6. What will be in that box is 4. 4 over 24 is equal to 1 over 6. So make sure you are writing what is on my screen in your exercise book. All right, so moving on to the next question, which is question 3. Moving on to the next question, which is question 3. Find 55% of 3,300. Find 55% of 3,300. Now, this is percentage and it's very simple. 55% of 300 means 55 over 100 times 3,300. Two zeros, we cancel two zeros that are below. Two zeros above, cancel two zeros below. So we are left with 55 times 33. So that would be 55 times 33. 3 times 5 is 16. Write 6, carry 1. 3 times 5 is 3 times 5 is 15. Write 5, carry 1. 3 times 5 is 15 plus 1, we have 16, right? 3 times 5 is 15. Write 5, carry 1 over. 3 times 5 is 15 plus 1, we have 16. Let's add them up together. So we have 5. 6 plus 5 is 11. Write 1, carry 1 over. 1 plus 1 is 2, and 2 plus 6 is 8. Then 1 plus nothing is 1. So the answer is 1,815. If you're following me, simply type the answer to number 3 in the chat. If you're following, type the answer to number 3 in the chat. If you're following, type the answer to number 3 in the chat. Write 435 in Roman numerals. Write 435 in Roman numerals. With the way 435 is pronounced, that is 400 plus 30 plus 5. 400 plus 30 plus 5. So 400 means CD in Roman numerals. 30 is XXX. Then 5 is V. Altogether, we have CD, XXX, V. Write what you have on my screen quickly. We are moving on to question 5. Moving on to question 5. Make sure you are writing in your exercise book. Please ensure you are writing in your exercise book. Question 5. In a class, there are 14 boys and 16 girls. Express this as a ratio. There are 14 boys, so we have 14 boys ratio 16 girls. So let's pick each number. 14 ratio 16. Let us express the ratio as fraction, then we reduce to the lowest term. All right? When you're being asked to express as ratio, then write as fraction and reduce to the lowest term. So 2 can divide 14 and 16. 2 goes into 14, we have 7, and 2 goes into 16, we have 8. The final answer is ratio 7 is to 8. The answer is ratio 7 is to 8. Next question. Write in words. Write in words. We are to write this number 30016 in words. Yes, Israel is following very well. Yes, Israel is following. Faladara is following. Pay attention. You are not permitted to ask anybody any question. You can only respond to what I'm teaching you. All right. So let's say write in words 30016. Now this number is 30,016. So we have to spell it. So we spell 30, THIRTY, 30,000, THOUSAND. So we have 30,000 and AND, 16, SIXTEEN, 16. So this is 30,016. Write in words 30,016. Moving on to question 7. The next question says, find the sum of 21,808, 802, 21,802, 11,684, 10,082. All right, so let's write it out. 21,802. Then after writing the first number, make sure you start arranging the second number from the last digit like this: 4, 8, 6, 1, 1. Then the next number should be arranged from the last digit: 2, 8, 0, 0, 1. That is how to arrange whole numbers when adding large numbers. Now let's add them up together. 2 plus 4 is 6 and 6 plus 2 is 8. 0 plus 8, that will give us 16. Write 6, carry 1 over. 1 plus 8 is 9. 9 plus 6 is 15. 15 plus 0 is 15. Write down 5, carry 1 over. 1 plus 1 will give us 3. 2 plus 1 will give us 4. So the answer is 43,568. 43,568. Finding the sum means adding them up together. Number 8. Find the area. Find the area of a parallelogram which has 8 centimeters as its base and 12 centimeters as height. 8 centimeters as its base and 12 centimeters as its height. Okay, now we need to find the formula for calculating area of parallelogram. All right, so the formula for calculating the area of a parallelogram is base times height. Formula for calculating area of parallelogram is base times height. So from the question given to us, the base is equal to 8 centimeters and the height is equal to 12 centimeters. So what is the area? The area is base times height. So that will be 8 centimeters times 12 centimeters. So 8 times 12 is 96. So our answer is 96 square centimeters. The answer is 96 square centimeters. All right. Yes. Thank you, Israel. Israel has been very attentive, followed by Princess, Ovie, Theophilus, Olayinka, Ebuka, Foladara, Godwin, God's time. Good job. Good job, everyone. Good job, everyone. Zinat. Yes, Zinat. If you are just coming, no problem. You just pay attention and write what you can see on the screen. All right. Good job for paying attention. Now, the class will continue, but Miss Mary will take over the class from Mrs. Grace. Make sure you pay attention to the class, learn as much as possible, and prepare for mathematics examination. If you can hear me, type maths in the chat. If you can hear me, type maths in the chat. Hello, everyone. If you can hear me, type 96 in the chat. If you can hear me, type 96. The answer to the last question, type it in the chat. Okay, so we move on with our questions for today. So the next question for today, please make sure you are writing. So the next question for today says, express, that's question 9. Express 50% as a fraction. We want to express 50% as a fraction in its lowest term. In its lowest term. And multiply the results. Multiply the results by 40. So this question is not difficult, it's very simple. So make sure you are following. So we'll do it together right now. So the question asks us to express 50% as a fraction. So to express 50% as a fraction, you know, 50% means 50 out of 100. So we are going to have 50% is equal 50 over 100, right? So now we are to express this in its lowest term. That is the simplest form for this fraction, which means we have to divide it until nothing can divide the number again. So here we cut 0 here, we cancel out the 0 here. We are left with 5 over 10. And 5 over 10 gives what? How can we express 5 over 10 in its simplest form? Please type the answer in the chat. If you are following me, type the answer in the chat. Okay. Jerry, Princess, very good, very good. So the answer is 1 over 2 because 5 divide 5 once and 5 divide 10 twice. So that means the answer is 1 over 2. So now the question says we should multiply the results by 40. So we have to multiply this answer by 40. So we are going to have 1 over 2 multiplied by 40. So can you drop the answer in the chat? 1 over 2 times 40 is 1 over 2 times 40 is okay. Okay, I can see many people are following this class. So the answer is 20 because this is half of 40. Half of 40 is 20. 2 divide 2 once and 2 divide 40 20 times. So we have 20. So this is the answer to the question. So I believe you have written what is on my screen. We are moving on to the next question. We are moving on to the next question. Very good. Desiree Abraham. Very good, very good. Please make sure you are writing what is on the screen. All right, we'll move on to the next question. So the next question says, the perimeter of a square. I believe we all know the square shape is 36 meters. So we are to find its area. Find its area. Find its area. So I want to give you this as a test. Do this for me in the next 20 seconds. It's not difficult, it's very simple. Once since you already know the formula how to get the perimeter of a square, so it's very simple. With that you can get the area of that square. So let's do that quickly. In the next 20 seconds I'm going to count down. I'm going to count down from 20. So I want to see how much we are already prepared for our exams. Okay, 20, 19, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 11, 9, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Okay, okay. So let's do it together. Let's do it together. Let's do it together. I can see some answers here. I'm seeing 1 centimeter. I'm seeing 6 meter. I'm seeing 6, 18, 6, 96. Okay, let the answer keep dropping. Let's keep dropping. So, but look at the screen. Let's do it together. It is very simple. So let's go. The the perimeter is 36 meter. Please make sure you are following. The perimeter is 36 meter. We have 36 meter and we are to find the area. So don't forget that before you can get the area, you have to know the length of that square. We have to know the length of that square. So now let's have it. Don't forget that the perimeter of a square is equals 4L, right? Yes, you multiply the length by 4 to give you the perimeter. So since we have been given that the perimeter is 36 meter, the perimeter is 36 meters, so we just have to equate it to this 4L. So perimeter is 36 equal the perimeter. We'll be given the perimeter to be equals 36 meter. This is it right here. So now we are going to equate it to 4L. So here we want to get our L. So to get L, we need to divide both sides by 4, right? Yes, we divide both sides by 4 so that L can stand alone. You divide both sides by 4. So we are going to have 36 over 4 equals 4L over 4. It's only 4 you are bringing down here. So 4 we cancel out 4 here. Then you are going to have 36 divided by 4 is 9. So the value of L is 9. So we have just gotten the length, 9 meter. So don't forget the question says find its area. We need to find the area. So the reason why we're giving that perimeter is so that we can get the length and then use the length to find the area. So now area of a square. The area of a square is the length raised to power 2, right? Yes, the length raised to power 2 is the formula to get the area of a square. And the length, we've gotten the length to be equals to 9. So we are going to do 9 times 9. 9 times 9. So L squared is equals to 9 times 9. So 9 times 9 is 81. So the area of the square is 81 squared meter. 81 squared meter. So that is the answer. I believe you get that. If you get it, please type good in the chat. Type good in the chat. Type good in the chat. If you get what we did now, type good. Okay, very good. I can see someone responds already. Good, very good, very good, very good. So once you anytime you see question like this, once you get the length, you should know that you want to use the value of that length to get the area. Then you use the formula of area to get the area of the square. So now let's move on to the next question for the day. I believe you have written what is on my screen. Yes, this is question 10. We are moving on to question 11. I believe you have written what is on my screen. Okay, in the next 5 seconds, we'll move on to the next question. We move on to the next question for today. The next question for today. So the question says, oh, this is also very interesting question. It's a very interesting question. It says, find the circumference. You want to find the circumference. I want to believe you know what circumference is. Yes. So I want to find the circumference of a circle. You want to find the circumference of a circle if its diameter, is 21 centimeter. 21 centimeter. So we have to find the area, the circumference rather. I believe you know what circumference is. So now let's do that quickly together. Let's do it quickly together. So we have to find the area, find the circumference if its diameter is this. So the solution to this question is, now the circumference of a circle means the perimeter, right? Yes. And which is the distance around the circle? The distance around the circle. So now, for us to get the diameter here, don't forget that circumference of a circle, circumference of a circle is 2 pi r. Very good, very good, very good. I believe you know that the circumference of a circle is 2 pi r. Now we need radius. So now I want to test our intelligence. Can you tell me, how do we get radius from this question? We were given the diameter. We were not given the radius. How do we get the radius? In the next 5 seconds, drop your answer in the chat. How do we get the radius? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Oh, some are even giving me the answer already. Okay, I can see diameter divided by 2. Yes, so we are going to divide the diameter by 2 because diameter consists of 2. 2 radius makes a diameter. So that means we divide the diameter by 2. So the radius is equal diameter divided by 2. Sorry. Diameter divided by 2. Divided by 2. And what's our diameter? It is 21 then over 2. We are going to leave it in this form because you know our pi is 22 over 7. It is also a fraction form. So let's leave this radius in this form so that when we are calculating, it will be very easy for us. So the circumference equals 2 times pi is 22 over 7 multiplied by the radius is 21 over 2. So here 2 can cancel out 2. 2 here 1, 2 here 1, 7 here 1, 7 and 21 is 3. So we are left with 22 times 3, which is 66. So the circumference of the circle is 66 centimeter. I believe you get that. The answer is 66 centimeter. 66 centimeter. If you get that, type the answer 66 in the chat. Yes, 5. Yes, 10.5 is the same thing as 21 over 2. But I just want us to leave the answer in fraction because our pi is also in fraction form, so that it will be easy to calculate just as we've done it here already. I believe we get that. So we are moving on to the next question. Please write what is on the chart. Write what? Yes, 10.5 is the same thing as 21/2. We only decided to leave it in fraction form. We don't want it to be in decimal form because our pi is also in fraction form. All right. So let's move on to the next question. I believe you are enjoying this class. All right. So the next question for today, please make sure you are writing what is on my screen. Make sure you are writing what is on my screen. All right, that is question 12, right? Question 12 for today. This is revision class, so we are going to solve a lot of questions. So just make sure you are following. It's very interesting. Now, I'm not going to do this. You'll be the one to do it for me. So after your answer, then I will do the correction. I will do the correction after your answer. Now, here is an angle we don't know. The angle is named x degree. Why this angle is named 53 degree? Very simple. So the question says find angle x. We want to find angle x. So do that in the next 5 seconds. Very simple question. Very simple question. In the next 5 seconds, please follow what is on the chart on the screen and do the answer to this question. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Okay, I've seen an answer here. Someone posted the answer already. I can see 127. I can see 27. I can see 127. So let's do it together. Which one is the correct answer? So let's do it together so that we can be sure, right? So now let's do the solution. Let's do the solution. Now, this is a straight line. This is a straight line. And don't forget that the sum of angles on a straight line, is, please drop it for me in the chat. The sum of angles on a straight line is, the sum of angles on the straight line is, yes, I can see answers here. The sum of angle on the straight line, yes, it is 180 degrees. 180 degrees. So since the sum is 180 degrees, and we have two different angles here, we have this angle and we have this other angle. So that means summing up these two should give us 180. This is not a right angle. Assuming it is right angle, we know sum of a right angle is 90, but this is straight line. So how do we get the answer? We are going to say 53 degrees plus x degrees should give us 180 degrees. Why? Because the sum of angles on the straight line is 180 degrees. Because the sum of angles on the straight line is 180 degrees. Sum of angles on straight line, we must put the reason on a straight line is 180 degrees. So now, how do we do the remaining question here? We are going to move 53 to the other side. Yes, so that x can stand alone. Then here it becomes minus 53. Because it is positive here, then it becomes negative on the left side. So we are going to have x equals to 180 minus 53, which will give 127. So the correct answer is 127. Great job, everyone. Well done. I can see you are all following this class. So we have 127 degrees. Don't forget to put your degrees because it's the degrees that shows that you are dealing with angle. All right. So we'll move on to the next question. I believe you have written what is on my screen. I believe you have written what is on my screen. All right. All right. Yes, yes, yes. All right. 127. I believe you can see the way I solved the question right there. So that is how you are going to do it. Subtracting 53 from 180 will give 127. Do your calculations correctly. So now we'll move on to the next question. We move on to the next question. Let's see what the next question is going to be. All right, I have another diagram here. I have another diagram here. So let's check it together. That's question 13 for today. Now see the diagram. The diagram is like this. Then we have this. And then we have this. I'm not through with my diagram. This already shows that this is 90 degrees, right? So, but then here we have 10. Here we have 8. Then here we have 10. Why rather? So the question says find the value of the side named y. So we want to find the value of the side named y. Is this difficult? So now I want to ask a very simple question. What are we going to use to get the value of y? Which rule are we going to use to get the value of y? In the next 5 seconds, which rule are we going to use to get the value of y? Please, no other chats in this. I don't want any other chats except what we are doing in this class. So, all right. The rule we are going to apply here is the Pythagoras rule. Yes. Why? Because this is a right angle triangle, right? And we are looking for one of the sides of the right angle triangle. So the rule to use is the Pythagoras rule. And don't forget that the longest side of your right angle triangle, here is the hypotenuse side, right? Yes. So the longest side is the hypotenuse side. Let me write that. The longest side of a right angle triangle is the hypotenuse. That is the hypotenuse. So why? So it is the hypotenuse, which is actually the side this right angle is facing. Yes, the side this right angle is facing. Yes, that is the hypotenuse side. So why this side, the other side this angle is facing is the opposite side, while the last side here is the adjacent. So now to get the value of y, we are going to use the Pythagoras rule. We are going to use the Pythagoras rule. And what does the Pythagoras rule say? The hypotenuse squared is equals to the square of the opposite side plus the square of the adjacent side. The square of the adjacent side. So now the hypotenuse here is 10. Don't forget the longest side. So we are going to square it. The opposite side is the letter y we are looking for, while the adjacent side is 8. So we are going to square it also. 10 squared means 10 times 10. which is 100 equals y squared plus 8 times 8 is 64. Now, how do we get the value of y? We are going to move our 64 to the other side here. Then we are going to have 100 minus 64. Why do we have minus? Because it is positive at this side. So going to the other side, it becomes negative. So then we have equals to y squared. 100 minus 64 we give 36. 36 equals y squared. Now, how do we get the value of y? We are not looking for y squared. We are looking for y. So don't forget that the opposite of square is square root. The opposite of square is square root. Just as the opposite of addition is subtraction. So opposite of square is square root. Square root. So we are going to take the square roots of both sides. Take the square roots of both sides. Take the square roots of both sides. Both sides. So here we have square roots of 36. And here we have the square roots of y squared. So this square will definitely cancel out the square roots because they are opposites. Then the square root of 36 is 6 because 6 times 6 gives 36. So 6 equals y. So the side named y is 6 centimeter. So that is the value of y that we are looking for. All right. I believe you understand it. Please, if you are following, type the answer to this last question in the chat. Type the answer to this last question in the chat. Type the answer to this last question in the chat. Okay, we are not to add centimeter. There is no centimeter in the value of other numbers. So it's just on 10 and 8. So here is 6. We don't know the unit with which it was measured. So we have 6 here. All right. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for listening. Thank you for learning. All right. Have a wonderful time. Good night.